What's up, guys? Welcome to Daily Dose of Reddit. This is your host, Zach, and today's subreddit is r/IDontWorkHereLady. Alright, this story's called My Husband Goes Off on Jerk Who Thinks I Work at Wally World. My hubby, 36 male, is the definition of a gentle giant. At 6'4", 250 pounds, blonde, long-haired, hippie computer program. I, 41 female, am a 4'11", 120-pound, tiny, feisty woman who can usually hold her own. I look 10 years younger from the front and literally like a small teenager from the back. The day after the snowpocalypse ended here in West Texas, we went to Walmart, a place we generally avoid because it is the closest store to us, and hubby had the day off for my doctor's appointment. We made sure to go in the middle of the day when most people were at work. To be clear, I was wearing a black hoodie, a shirt I made that said mask up and back up, and pink capri pants. Aw, that's cute. After we got what we could from the nearly bare grocery section, my hubby and I split up. Oh no. Guys, I'm sure you can work through it. Just talk to each other. I'm joking. He went to look at new video games, my man, and I was headed to the craft section. On the way there, I stopped to look at some new foot open trash cans. Oh, foot open trash cans. I saw my husband about 50 feet away and was trying to get his attention to see if it would work in his workspace. He didn't see me, so I went back to checking out the different versions. I was peripherally aware of some guy talking loudly and then yelling. I didn't pay attention because, hello, I don't work there. I also had one earbud in and was listening to my Country Queens playlist and singing along, probably loudly. As I was leaning over to check how sturdy the foot pedal was, I was violently grabbed and snatched around and came face to maskless face, inches away from an older Hispanic man who literally screamed in my face. "Where is it?" I did not hear the rest of what he said. I went into instant panic response and let out a full-blown horror movie scream and blindly ran towards where I had seen my husband. A few things about me. I have PTSD, which I generally have under control. However, the stress of being severely asthmatic and a newly diagnosed blood issue during a pandemic has caused me to have a lot more anxiety, and I start to panic when anyone gets too close, and especially anyone without a mask. I am also a former cheerleader and opera singer. What? Who worked in a bar for 15 years. My voice carries. My hubby heard me scream. Apparently I screamed his name and dropped everything and came running. I slammed into him and immediately started crying. The idiot guy had been following me, still yelling at me. My hubby calmed me down and asked what happened. I told him. When I got to the part about the guy grabbing me, his face just, I don't even know how to describe it. His eyes were so cold. I've seen him truly angry in the 12 years we've been together. This was scary. He stormed over to the jerk. Here's the cast. There's me, hubby. Entitled jerk. Walmart worker. Sweet lady. Did you put your hands on my wife? She was ignoring me. She doesn't freaking work here! Entitled jerk getting in hubby's face. She was rearranging the display. Hubby advancing until he pinned the guy up against a shelf. She was shopping. And even if she was an employee, that doesn't give you the right to put your hands on anyone, let alone a woman half your size. Everyone calm down. What's going on? That bat screamed in my face when I was trying to get help. Then this butthole started screaming at me and trying to attack me for no freaking reason. No, this son of a bimbo grabbed my wife and screamed in her face, then got in my face trying to be a big man. Ma'am? Talking to sweet lady. What? That's my wife. He pointing at me. We get this all the time. Physically, we are total opposites. Black, white, short, tall, cheerleader, nerdy guy. He looks older than his age with thinning hair and a dad bod and a cane due to a back injury. I look much younger with a dancer's physique. Sweet lady was white and looked older than me. I apologize, sir. Ma'am, are you okay? Can you tell me what happened? Honestly, I only remember him grabbing me and screaming in my face. I screamed and ran away. I saw it. She was singing and rearranging the stuff right there, and that man was yelling at her, then came up and spun her around, yelling at her. She screamed and ran to the other gentleman. When the gentleman came to ask him what had happened, he got rude and loud and tried to intimidate him. Worker to me and hubby. Would you like us to call the police? I just want to get my stuff and go. To entitled jerk, sir, we're gonna have to ask you to leave the store. What? I was just trying to get someone to help me. You assaulted a customer, so you can either leave on your own or we can call the police and have you arrested. Entitled jerk finally recognizes defeat, and one of the other employees who had gathered around us escorted him away. A sweet old lady left after telling me I have a beautiful voice and making sure I was okay. The worker found the Disney sticker book I had been looking for months and gave us a discount on our entire purchase. Hubby snuck in 2 other books he knew I was waiting for a sale to buy and surprised me when I got home. He probably would have gotten me at least one anyway. My hubby is the absolute best. And what the hell is wrong with that dude? That is just not okay. I don't know what else to say. I'm glad her husband was there. Alright, this story's called Leave Me Alone! Lady, I don't work here! So this happened earlier today, and I'm still in shock. I love I Don't Work Here stories and figured I'd post this. Enjoy my first I Don't Work Here story. Here's the cast. There's me, an avid Pokemon enthusiast. Store employee. Team Rocket Karen. The entitled parent. Snuggles, the Eevee plushie. The story. So I, 33, male, and a huge lover of Pokemon, had just gotten paid and decided I wanted to buy myself a Valentine's gift. I went to my local chain video game store, let's call it Video Game Go, GameStop, haha, because they have all kinds of collectibles. Having been there several times, I had seen a 24-inch Eevee plushie that I really liked. Perfect. Eevee is one of my favorite Pokemon, and this particular plushie could also be used for cosplay. Having grabbed my plushie and paid for it, and the bag that would have given me a $5 discount on any collectibles that would fit inside it, I decided to look around for anything I might want to get on my next visit. Now, as it is rather cold here in Tejas, ayo, my man, I was bundled up in several layers, including a rather warm, comfy sweatpants, a rather large ski jacket, a stocking hat, scarf, and had my backpack on, with Snuggles the Eevee in her exclusive Corgi Eating Noodles collectible bag. The employees of this particular video game chain store generally wear jeans, a t-shirt with the store logo or something similar, and a lanyard with a badge showing their name and the company logo on it. There is no way I could be possibly confused as an employee. Enter Team Rocket Karen. Cue the Team Rocket encounter music. Team Rocket Karen wants to battle. Snuggles the Eevee, I choose you! Team Rocket Karen, she had that typical Karen haircut and a look that screamed, "Where's your manager? Excuse me, do you guys have?" Enter game title here. Team Rocket Karen used confusion. It's super effective. What? Do you have? Enter game title here. God, some people are so slow. Snuggles the Eevee is confused. It hurt itself in confusion. What? Team Rocket Karen uses Snap Attack. I can't snap. I want. Enter game title here. I'm going to buy it for my son. Snuggles the Eevee is still confused. I don't know, maybe? Snuggles the Eevee used Shadow Ball. It hurt itself in confusion. It's at this point I was starting to realize this lady thinks I'm an employee. How her tiny Team Rocket brain made that connection is a mystery to me. I clearly don't look like an employee. Team Rocket Karen used Roar. How do you not know? Are you effing stupid? Snuggles the Eevee is no longer confused. Whoa, lady, there's no need for that language. This is a family store. Besides, I don't work here. I just came to get this plushie. Snuggles the Eevee used Charm. It's not very effective. Don't lie to me. Of course you work here. You shouldn't be shopping where you're working. Team Rocket Karen used Confusion. What? Snuggles the Eevee is confused. I'm now starting to get mad. I just wanted to browse the store. Lady, what about me makes you think I work here? I look like an effing bum. Why don't you go over to the counter and ask the actual employee for your effing game? Leave me the F alone. For those of you wondering, the F word is my favorite curse word, sorry. There will be times where I will use it every other word. My record is 29 F-bombs in a single rant. Snuggles the Eevee used Shadow Ball. It's super effective. At this point, employee who has heard the whole exchange finally finished up whatever he was doing and can finally react. Comes over. Snuggles the Eevee used Substitute. What's going on here? Team Rocket Karen opened her mouth to start yelling at poor employee. I've worked retail for most of my life and have dealt with Karens and entitled people a lot. I wasn't gonna let her spew beaver sausage. This witch assumed I work here. When I tried to tell her I don't, she effing lost her crap. That's a lie! His bum just came over and pretended to work here. He stole my stuffed animal. I demand you throw him out and call the cops. Employee and I just stared at her in disbelief. Did she seriously just try that crap? Ma'am, I'm gonna have to ask you to leave. You were clearly harassing this customer. I heard everything that was said. Also, I literally just sold this plushie to him. He even has a receipt for it in his hand. Now please leave before I call the police. But leave now, lady. Employee used Hyper-Beam. It's super effective. Team Rocket Karen has fainted. While storming out of the store, see if I ever shop here again, and you can be sure I'll be calling corporate about the customer service in this place. Employee and I looked at each other and burst out laughing at the absurdity of the whole situation. Sorry about that, dude. Is there something in the store I can offer as compensation? Nah, dude, we're good. I have a new story for Reddit now. Employee laughed, hooked me up with store credit, and promised to look up the story and upvote it. I took my Eevee plushie and headed out to get something to eat, still trying to wrap my head around the stupidity of some people. I just love it. Love it when people double down when they're so clearly in the wrong. It makes me laugh. I mean, unless it's happening to me, then I just get frustrated like this guy probably did. But to observe it, it's funny. Alright, this story's called I Don't Work Here Lady, or there either. Long-time lurker, first-time poster. After this holiday season though, this subreddit keeps getting brought back to mind at least once a month. First instance of this, I actually do work here. I wasn't clocked in though. It was a busy day at a well-known edgy mall store in the US with an infamous black wall. Spencer's. Our particular store is, quite cramped. I walked in maybe an hour before work with my coat on, a drink in one hand and mall food in the other, hoping to kick back and eat my lunch before my shift started. I have to pause around every corner as it was a busy day and there's not really any other way to get around people at this store when it fills up. I stopped for maybe 2 seconds in front of a jewelry case and these two girls perk up and say, "Can we get this out of the case?" I stare at them like a deer in headlights. My hands were full and I wasn't even wearing my lanyard yet. They just stared back until I responded with, "Hold on, let me find an employee." Like, dude. This particular day, I had maybe an hour or two of sleep. You know those days where you're doing stuff all day, you're tired as hell, then insomnia decides to kick in? Yeah, I was mad. I was tired. I had to be at work in a couple of hours. When I got to work, I decided to take the bookstore entrance to kill some time before my shift. Walked right in through the door, made no stops between the front door and the D&D display. I picked up the cookbook that just came out and got the tiniest little serotonin boost. Just as I started to flip through the pages, this woman grabs my shoulder and asks as firmly as her grip, "Do you work here?" I didn't have the energy for this. All that came out of me was a solid no. She sneered at me like this answer offended her somehow and stomped her way back to the help kiosk. As she made her way back, the employee on the phone gave me a confused and concerned look. "Lady, even if I work there, that gives you no right to grab me. Prove it or not, please do not touch people like that." 3. Apparently, I'm a barista too. I was hanging around a cafe downstairs after work one day, waiting for my partner to get off work and ride home together. I was standing around the drink pickup, just talking to the employees. I had a drink in hand, coat folded in my arms, and in a pink button-up covered in flamingos, and top hats and bow ties. A girl walks up to me and asks, "Do you have smoothies?" My partner notices and comes to answer. Girl makes eye contact with me again. "How much are smoothies?" My partner answers again. She looks at him every time, but always returns eye contact with me and asks a very direct question. I'm not sure what's going on at this point. She goes as far as to try and place an order with me. I'm not sure how she still thinks I work there, as my partner, who who's answering her questions is wearing the uniform with the cafe logo stamped on the left side, and I'm in a flamingo shirt. 4. I know it's stupid, but something in me tugged me towards entering a sweepstakes for winning up to $10,000 for window installations. As I was filling out the form, the associates asked me if I was a school teacher. I looked down at my choice of clothing real quick, as I was wearing cargo pants with a sweater with Wizard's Barge design on it. He chuckled and told me that I have the handwriting of a teacher. Thank you? 5th and finally, this happened last week at a local craft chain. Store uniform, light green aprons with the store logo on the front. My outfit of the day, sweater vest over a red button-up with black pants and platforms. I was in the back looking at the Copics with my partner as I hear a woman shout down the aisle. "Excuse me, can you direct me to the leather bracelet kits?" Again, staring in confusion like maybe if I pause they'll get it? Not a chance. "I'm sorry ma'am, I don't work here. However, if you keep walking down these aisles, you'll find the kits you're looking for near the jewelry section." "Oh, I'm sorry. You just look so official. I thought you were a manager here." Okay? I get the sweater vest, but the shoes though. Sorry, these stories are all pretty tame aside for the bookstore Karen grabbing me. I've just never been assumed to be an employee anywhere before, and all of a sudden it's happened at least once a month. Edit, can someone tell me why the center of my post is bolded, or why my formatting is all messed up in general? Edit 2, thank you. You're welcome. I did nothing but you're welcome anyway. Thank you for the collection of stories. I dig your fashion sense. It's badass. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell to never miss an episode.